All right. What up? We got RKT Appraisals in the building. What's going on? Shout out to everybody. So today we're talking about how to get better deals, when you're spending your money, when you're doing your thing. So what's this about? Go in. Let's go.
Yeah, man. A lot of times people feel stuck in contracts, stuck in bad deals, but you're never really stuck. A lot of times we'll start off simple with cell phones. Right. All the time you got a cell phone, your cell phone bill sky high. Like, damn, my bill's so high. Meantime, you got AT&T, but you see a T-Mobile commercial for $20 off, get new phones and everything like that. But you stuck paying the bill $50 a month when you see promotions for another carrier. That's the whole point of this topic. Is like you're not stuck in a random deal. There's always something better out there. You just got to take the initiative and pay attention to the opportunities out there to get something better. That perfect example. Like I said, you got a $50 cell phone bill. Just go switch to another carrier. Not only will you probably lower your bill, but you might get a free upgrade with a new phone and don't have to worry about a new phone for another 2 years. When it comes to a car loan, if you just bought a car and you got a car loan and you got hit with a 10% interest rate, and you in year 2, your credit's probably a little bit better right now. It may be smart to refinance, get a lower payment, save some money. It trickles in all kind of stuff in terms of trying to save money no matter what. You're never just stuck in some random deal. Same thing with a house. You can always refinance, get a better payment, and save some money on the back end and up front. It's so many ways and so many things you think you're stuck in, but you're not. You just got to look for the better deal.
Also, I think it goes deeper than that too. I think it goes just for any deal. I think that you should always explore your options. I think like Rashid was saying, people feel like they get stuck to just this one thing. Well, like for example, like 2 days ago, I went food shopping, right? And I bought some fruit at one store, and then I had to go to another store, and then I went into that other store and realized the fruit was literally 50% of what I paid at the first store. And I'm like, yo, damn, I feel like I got because I paid about literally like $50 worth of fruit, but I could have got it for like $30, $25, $30.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But I didn't take the chance to go to the other store and check first before I purchased any. But that's literally, like I said, it's literally with anything. You got to just explore your options and see what's really out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, that's real shit. It was funny because we just did the Bad Boy show earlier. We was talking about Deion Sanders' situation where he got a better deal at this other school to be over there, and everyone's mad at him for going over there, and they paying him more money, and you know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times, this is the type of shit that goes down where, people do look for those better deals. They get it. You feel what I'm saying? So what I thought was funny is that so many people was mad at Deion Sanders for doing this, but it's like, this is what, is the smart thing to do.
Smart thing to do it. Yeah.
It's like what's the point of not doing that? You feel what I'm saying? And I think that goes just all across the board in life too, is that, get the better deal in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? With the woman, or if you're a woman watching this with a man, that you could get a better situation, or you get a better deal, going to a particular school or a better job or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I think that mentality is like, let me get the best option I can get out of all of these situations.
Exactly. Women always get the better deal, right?
Right.
What they call hypergamy, right?
Right. That's what they say in the red pill places.
Exactly. Hypergamy, man. Women, gold diggers and monkey branches and all that cool shit. But this type of shit, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, when I say women always get the better deal, I think this is what makes women better shoppers.
Right.
Because women always they love to go to the different stores. They love to try on all the different shoes and try on all the different outfits, and they'll buy some shit, and then before they leave the mall, they find the shit at another store. They'll take it back to the previous store they went to, and then buy the other shit in the other store for a cheaper price and all this shit. Like, shout out to my sister. My sister is so good with all of that shit. Like, my sister, she every once in a while, like every 3 months, she'll call up her cell phone provider and just like get all riled up and just be like, I'm not satisfied with my service. Like, what can you do for me? Because AT&T been calling me, and T-Mobile claims they have the best deal, but AT&T is offering me this. What can you guys offer me?
Right.
And she'll get like $5 knocked off of her bill, or like, she'll get some shit, some type of perk, some type of, free international call in. Like, she'll get perks added onto her shit that the average person won't, because she'll take the time to actually call her phone service provider and request different things. And I remember back in the day, like with Sprint, you could, if you getting a new deal or a new phone, you can, be like, hey man, I've been a customer for a long time. Like, what could you do for me? Or could you knock something off of my bill? Or could you do this? Or could you do that? Or make my phone bill cheaper? Or, give me some extra services, or give me unlimited minutes, or whatever the hell. Like, there's so many different things that are negotiable in your contracts with all these different companies, because ultimately they want to keep you. You know what I'm saying? So if you're smart, you can play the game and, get better. You can save money and get better perks with the deals that you're in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right, to your point, Miles, when you think about what you said, is an excellent point, man. There's always a better deal out there at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And just like you said, calling in with sister calling in.
Don't act like you forgot. I called it.
Sorry.
But you know what I mean? But it's always a better deal out there. Just like Ms. Lucario said too with Deion Sanders. The Deion Sanders deal is even better.
Right.
And that's the one thing about getting better deals, is that, somebody's always going to try to knock you, and the person selling you is always going to try to keep you there. But if the deal is better, take it.
Right.
Because the perfect example with that Deion Sanders situation, everybody's mad at him because he's like, oh, he's leaving all the black kids because he's leaving the HBCU. But he's like, wait a minute. He was like, how am I leaving all the black kids when at Colorado, 65% of the players is black? Like, what are you really saying?
Exactly.
So if you listen to the naysayers, it'll deter you. And the other thing when it comes to companies and businesses, to Miles' point before, is that if they'll take your money, another company will take your money. That's why you can always get a better deal if you getting a specific service. If you have a cell phone, that's a perfect example with a carrier. They're taking your money. Another carrier take your money. They'll take your money. I'll give you a better deal and some more phones. We got this promotion going on. All these sales and holidays, and to Katie's point, like we're shopping, even groceries. They got coupons that you use Universal to get better deals. So there's better deals everywhere. Just actually got to open your eyes and pay attention, start using them.
Exactly. Yep.
That's real shit. That's real shit. And I think a lot of people when they're out there, doing what they do, I think sometimes people need to take time out to see if they can get better deals. So I think a lot of time, like you were saying, Kelly, when you just like went to the store, did your thing, he was like, oh, if I would have went and checked, then I could have I could have got this here for this or there for that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I think sometimes, it takes a little bit of patience, because sometimes we just want shit and we're just like, well, let me just go.
Fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And that feeling of knowing, damn, I could have got this for half of what I paid, and it's the same shit, and I didn't realize it. You're like, oh shit, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, so I think especially when it's something that I feel like, there's certain things that cost what it costs, and it might be harder to get a better deal because this just is what it is, and there's no other person who has that product, and you just gotta. But then there's like things that, what do they call those? Like, is it like commodities or some shit?
Yeah.
Where, like, it's all over the place. So you can find that same thing in different spots. You know what I'm saying? And see which one has the better situation. You know what I'm saying?
Like get a bottle of water from this like a grocery store, or corner store or something, and then go to the airport right before you board a flight.
Right.
And go get a bottle of water. And you gonna see the difference. Like, wait a minute.
Right.
Like, what's going on?
Exactly.
Also with jobs too. Like when you talk about like negotiating,
right.
You might be able to, like, for people who's looking for work, don't just settle for that one specific job. Go on all the interviews and see what's the best deal when it comes to the benefits, to the perks of how much they're paying you. All those things play a factor when it comes to deal. That's part of the deal too.
Right.
Right. Real shit. Somebody said, wait till Black Friday. Hilarious.
I was going to ask you guys, like, what? So do you guys provide this as a certain, like, how does this pertain to RKT appraisals?
As far as pertaining to appraisals, I mean, we don't have a specific service for better deals. We just give you better deals within the scope of our work. So meaning, you know what I mean, whether it's real estate, we tell you what the better deals are when it comes to real estate. Mm-hmm. We tell you about what the deals you can get when it comes to credit and getting credit cards, things of that nature. And we to give you the better deals when it comes to life insurance because we work with multiple carriers, so we give you the best deal possible. So we give you the better deals within our scope of work. But naturally, we give just advice in general as far as better deals in conversation with the products we do sell.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So I think sometimes, like, do you think it's like a time issue? Because some people might say, well, I ain't got time for all of that. I just go try to buy the shit or whatever. Like, do you think it'll take more time to try to find the better deal, or do you think it's worth the time to do it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's okay.
No, I just think it depends on what it is, because some things are more value than others. So the things that are more valuable, it's worth taking the time out to go get that better deal. Certain things that are, like you said, less of a commodity, I can get this anywhere. So I don't got to go so hard for that specific deal. So I just think it depends on what the product is, and for the person, if they have it, because there might be a great deal, but then the person might not have it. Right. So then the deal doesn't matter because the person doesn't have it at the time. So that plays a factor too, if the person has it to spend at that specific time. So all of those things play a factor to me.
Right. Yeah. Also, I think what's interesting too is I remember I went to a spot, right, to buy some jewelry, and I was with my girl or whatever, and the jewelry cost a certain amount, and so I was ready to pay it a certain amount, right? So then my girl was like, "Oh, can we get it for a better deal, basically for less? Like, how low can you go on this joint?" So I ended up paying like I saved like maybe like $100 off the joint. But the thing is, I didn't know that you could do that. You see what I'm saying? So do people even know they could do that? Like, I thought, okay, if I go into a store, the shit say it costs this much, so I'm gonna pay that much it says it costs, right? So I'm like, I didn't know I could tell you, hey, let me get it for less, because I'm like, if I sell shit, this is what it is. You ain't getting it for no other deal. You know what I'm saying? That's how I sell shit. You're not getting this for less. So I thought, like, I didn't know you can negotiate. That's what I'm saying. So do you think people don't know that they can negotiate? You know what I'm saying?
Bottom line is, bring your girl with you.
Exactly. That's a fact. See, Miles, you're right. Women are better shoppers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely are. Like, if you bring your girl shopping and she don't save you no money, dump that bitch. I'm serious. If you bring your girl out with you shopping and she don't save you $1,
right,
and she ain't worth nothing, get rid of that hoe for real.
For real.
I think the more I think the more that you purchase, the better the chances are that you will get a deal, even if something is at a set price.
Right.
Like, if you go somewhere and you spend $100 versus you going somewhere and you just drop like $2,000-$3,000, you're in a better position to now negotiate with that $3,000 you just spent.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because you're spending so much, you're bringing more value to that business. You now can negotiate type of deal. And I mean, most people, I would say, I mean, some people do and some people don't. Some people do know to negotiate and to bargain. Some people, they'll just go straight for whatever the price is, and they'll just go for it. But some do, they'll bargain no matter what it is. They'll try to, negotiate a deal.
Right. Yeah, because I didn't know. I was like, I thought, like, look, I'm going to your store. It says it costs as much. It is what it is. That's the end all be all. Because, like, there's times where I buy shit off the street. You know what I'm saying? Like a person that's selling shit on the street, and then I would like they would be negotiating with me. So I'm thinking, okay, it's cool because you're the one saying it. But I didn't know that you as a customer could say, listen, can we get this at this price? Because I thought whatever the store or the seller is saying, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people realize they could do that.
Yeah, man. I work at let me tell you, when I used to work at a restaurant, right? That's how I know that people negotiate and do deals all the time.
Right.
If the food takes a certain amount of time, the customer now has room to negotiate. Okay, can I get this item for free, or can I get this because you guys took way too long with my food? You know, and then once I've like found that out, I realized anything is up for negotiation. Anything.
That's
because the items are at a set price. The food. It's not like it's not at a set price. Everything is at a set price. But now we're playing with time. That time is of value. So now we have to compensate for us taking so long with the food. So
That's a fact.
So from then, that's when I knew that anything is up for negotiation. At that point.
I remember that happened to me one day. I was out having lunch or whatever, and they said they was understaffed, and people came in, ordered their food, ate, and left, and me and my chick was just sitting there waiting for our food.
Right.
And I was trying my best not to be like, and it's a good thing too, because if I was disrespectful, it probably wouldn't have went the way it was. Even though I was so angry. But I was able to stay calm, and then we ended up eating for free, and we even ordered some extra shit.
Right.
I was like, yo, give me an order of fries and a salad too, because you know what I'm saying. And then we our whole meal was free. Our whole meal was comped. So it was. I mean, we waited a long time, but luckily we wasn't on a schedule. It was just one of them, free weekends where we was just chilling. But because of that, we ended up eating for free, and they were super apologetic and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that happens. That happens.
Absolutely.
And I agree with everybody on the panel. I mean, to be honest with you, 95% of things is a deal and 95% of everything. It's a small percentage of there's no deal. That's only if someone only has that product, to Ms. Locari's point earlier, where they only have that product, or that product is just in high demand and limited inventory. That's the only time where there's the negotiation is at its lowest. But to be honest with you, man, for me, negotiation, man, growing up in New York, which you guys all should know, I'm surprised. I never paid full price for nothing, man. Once I knew going into stores, being able to negotiate sneakers and clothes, it was over. I refused from a teenage age. After that point, I paid full price for nothing. There's always a deal to be made in everything. I don't care what it is. To Kayleen's point, if it's something that's $10 and down the street it's $8, are they going to really waste time negotiating with you as a customer? Probably not. Right. But I tell you what, if you go in there and you buy that product for $10 the first time and you let them know, like, hey, I get this at $8 down the street, you don't say nothing? All right, fine. The second time, come back, say the same thing. I guarantee if you let them know, if I come back here and I can't get it for $8, I promise you I won't be coming here anymore because I shop in your store all the time and you never give me a deal. Right. I guarantee you. Well, I can't guarantee you, but I can't guarantee you. But 90% chance, the next time you come in, he's going to be like, I'll give it to you for $9. So there's always a deal to be made at all times. And no matter what you're buying, there's always a deal to be made. It's just picking the right time, picking the right product, and then taking the initiative to actually ask about it. Because to your point, Mr. Locari, the key thing you said was you never knew to ask. Right. So that's really the first step to ask. Because once you ask, even if you're not overly aggressive, they're still going to be like, well, yeah, I could take something off. You won already. You know what I mean? Like, that's my thing when it comes to negotiating and stuff like that, and then trying to get a deal out of something.
Yeah, because I think that's the main thing is I think not knowing is a big thing because most people don't know that you could do that. You know what I'm saying? Most people just kind of, they go in there, they see something, they're like, oh, I can't afford that's too much. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I mean? So I don't think they even know that they can probably even do that or say that or interact with people to make that type of shit happen. You know what I'm saying?
And then also, I think we got to also look at it like this, that like everybody who has a business, whoever has a product, right? They spent an X amount on their product so that they can make a profit. Right. So anything, I should say, as long as they're making a profit, that's all that matters to that business owner.
Right.
So they have certain margins and certain marks they want to hit, yes. But there's always a deal to be made because they know how much they spent on that product. They know how much they're going to profit from that product. And as long as they're profiting, you as the customer don't know the in-between lines. They as the owner, they know. So then there's always room for that negotiation because the business owner, he or she knows. Right. You know that fine line.
Yeah, that's is like if let's say the business owner spent this amount to get the products, right? Mm-hmm. And then they say, well, I gotta sell these, like I could, I'm gonna sell these for 20 and I'm gonna make a profit or whatever, but I really only need to I could sell it for 15, but I'm gonna sell it for 20.
There you go.
So then you could
There
say,
you go.
well, how can I get this deal? And they'll be like, I give it to you for 15. You see what I mean? Then it's like you getting the deal. You feel what I'm saying? So that's true. That's true. I see your point on that. You know what I mean? So I think just understanding that aspect of it, you know, knowing it or looking at it like this, is that if you understand that aspect of business, that gives you the advantage too of understanding that you can do that and say that to certain people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you know, like, okay, yeah, I know you probably got this for this amount, then you know, I know you can give me some sort of deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the, I guess what would be a interesting thing is like, what would be the way that you would say it to the person? You know what I'm saying? Like to the business owner or whatever. Like, how do you bring that up? Like, what do you say? Like, hey, do you say, what's the best you can do? Is that the lingo?
No, I would actually tell you stay away. What's the best you could do? Because they're just gonna answer when you ask that question. They're gonna repeat it back to you.
Right.
This is the best I can do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's like the number one tactic. Now, honestly, I would just the best thing when you're trying to get the best deal and just be like, listen, you know, do basic research. Truth be told, we got cell phones with us. You Google that instantly. You know what I mean? So just do basic research. If you're gonna go buy a product and you see it's $70, just Google it real quick. And if it's $62 somewhere else, just be like, listen, man, I seen that $62 on the street. I don't feel like walking down there, but I will if I have to. If you could shave off another $3, I'd be able to walk out here today with the product. See what they say. That's the best advice. Because now, to be honest with you, this is the perfect age to negotiate. With cell phones,
Right.
5 seconds, you can know what the product costs in like 10 different spots.
Right.
So, and it's not fake. It's no make-believe. You're not bluffing. You can show them on your phone like, oh, yeah, Walmart got it for this. Target got it for this. Kohl's got it for this. Oh, can I get it for this price?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, we could match the price. We could match the price.
Yeah.
Just take it from there. That's what I would probably say.
Some stores actually do that. They say if you bring us any advertisement from any other store, we'll match the price. So, like you said, with the cell phones, you could definitely do that. You know, you'd be like, yo, you know, what's the name got it for this? So what can you do? You know, or else I'll just go over there to them. You know, and another thing you could do too is this is one thing that again, shout out to my sister. I always talk about my sister when it comes to shit like this, because she's like the person that I know that does shit like this. Like, I'll be at a store, like I'll call her or she'll call me and she'll be like, what you doing? I'm like, oh, you know, I'm shopping, trying to get a shirt. She's like, what store you in? I'm like, Express. She's like, hold on. And then 5 seconds later, I hear my phone. I get a notification on my phone. And she said, when you go up to the register, show them this. And then I go up to the register and I show the lady. I don't even know what the fuck I'm showing her. To me, it just looked like a barcode or some shit.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And then I show the lady the barcode. She pulls out the thing and scans the barcode. And then automatically I'm saving 15% on my purchase.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, this weekend is Second Moon going out of business, you know, Crazy Tuesday sale at whatever. And I'm like, word? She's like, yeah. Because I don't pay attention to that shit. I know I need a shirt. I'm going to buy a fucking shirt. But women, they know when the deals is coming up, the clearances, and the like, it be friends and family discount weekend and shit, Groundhog's Day and fucking Memorial Day, Veterans Day sale and all of this shit, and Columbus Day sale and all this shit. And I'm like, I just happen to be in the store on that day. I don't know.
Right.
But my sister, she'll be like, no. Sometimes if I bought the shit already, she'll be like, nah, take it back. And then show them this and then buy it again. I'm like, word? She'll be like, yeah, trust me. And I'll be saving mad bread. You know what I'm saying? But will I ever take the initiative to do that shit myself? Nah.
Right.
It's fucked up. But women love getting a deal. And the crazy part about women is when they save money, it only inspires them to spend more fucking money.
Right.
Women never, like, if they come home, look at my shirt, babe. I saved $17 on this shirt. Okay, where's the $17? So I could go to McDonald's and get us some dinner, or so I could go to Chick-fil-A and get us dinner. Oh, well, I ended up buying 3 other shirts.
Right.
So did you really save any money? Well, I saved money on this individual item, but I bought 3 other fucking items. So I actually overspent by $150.
Right.
Like, yeah, you're not really saving any fucking money, bitch. Like, Yo, women are the worst for that shit, bro. They are the worst. But shout out to women though, because they be saving me money on the low. I ain't gonna lie.
He said women are good at shopping, but that don't mean they make good deals. Hilarious. I mean, well, this thing, I think it's a good skill to know how to do what we're talking about here, as far as like getting better deals just in life. Period, man. I feel like it's a good skill to know how to get the best deal for you, so that you can basically benefit in a lot of different areas. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is like sometimes the best deal isn't necessarily even just with price. It's more so with like quality. You feel what I'm saying?
And value, yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? And whatever the situation is. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. But any last words I want to say before we wrap this up in the next few minutes? Like any other things people should know, not do, to do, all that other stuff?
One thing I would just say, I saw in one of the comments somebody had said, just because it's a better deal doesn't mean it's a better product. So it's one thing where I just say, just don't be afraid to actually ask.
Right.
Another person in the comments, if you're in a different country, Americans haggle every other country except their own country, because people got too much, embarrassed to save money. It's like that's silly. Why would you not want to save money? So the main thing I tell people, like, don't be embarrassed to ask for a better deal. You know what I mean? Like, get out of that mindset, because it is a mindset. Like, it's nothing wrong with you paying $10 for something that costs $20. It's still the same product. You know what I mean? If it's a shirt, you wear the same shirt. I got it for 10. You got it for 20. Who really looks stupid? You feel better because you spent 20? Go ahead. We still look the same. Can't nobody tell. Ain't nobody looking at both of us and saying, oh, you paid less for your shirt. Nope. It's the same product, same shirt. So don't be embarrassed to ask. That's the one thing I'll tell people.
Right.
Real shit.
One last thing I would say is people should call RKT appraisals, because we can.
Exactly. Facts.
Yes.
I agree.
Life insurance, with real estate, with your credit, so give us a call and we can help you guys out.
Yeah, exactly. And they could go through your budget and probably advise you to call up your cell phone provider, you know what I'm saying, and get some more value, or at least lower your bill by a couple of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Because you save $5 here, $10 here, and the next thing you know, that's an extra $15 that you could put someplace else. That's an extra $15 that you could use to overfund your life insurance policy and shit like that. So yeah, call RKT Appraisals 973-420-5028 and get with them and learn how to make your life better, man, by getting the best deal and getting the best bang for your buck.
Yeah, and that's like the fact that you get better deals when it comes to what you're doing, you save money, which means you have more money to use, you know what I'm saying, for other things. So a lot of times people are like, I ain't got no money. Well, that's because you ain't getting better deals. If you have better deals, you probably have more money to do other shit.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
That's what it is, man. But yo, man, shout out to everybody who is tuning in. Remember, guys, make sure go to rktappraisals.com, hit up Killian and Rashidi. You feel what I'm saying? Spread the word on this channel so we can get this shit popping even more. And we will holler at y'all later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.
Yeah.
We out. Later.